There are two biggest weaknesses that all men must overcome, and you have probably heard these topics discussed before, but you must really understand what makes them so bad and what they keep you back from doing and achieving. And that's what I will tell you in this video. You should take this information to use it for becoming the best version of yourself, chasing excellence, building a better life for yourself and the closest people around you, and fulfilling your life purpose. While the men who do not know or do not care about these two weaknesses suffer the consequences. And you may very well also suffer the consequences if you're not careful. And if you don't care about overcoming these two weaknesses either, it will only lead you down to live a degenerate and meaningless life. Knowing that the woman you would have attracted if you reach your potential will be attracted to and be having sex with another more masculine, worthwhile man. And the worthwhile man knows all of this information and is applying it right this second, and will be living your dream life with your dream woman if you do not work harder than him. This man will leave you lagging behind in the chase for excellence, just because he is that disciplined and persistent. But you're not going to let him do that. So what can you do? You need to overcome porn and social media. And let me tell you why and how. Firstly, and maybe the biggest weaknesses that all men must overcome is porn. Porn comes with a whole host of problems, but most of these problems are small compared to the biggest problem that it causes, which is your masculine drive being taken away. When you can just empty your balls at a moment's notice to anything you could think of course it would kill your masculine drive. Why would you spend your time and energy improving yourself to the point of attracting a beautiful woman to have sex with, when there will always be a chance that you will get rejected? When you could just watch a man have sex with another beautiful woman instead, without you ever having the possibility for rejection. However, if you voluntarily make the choice to stop jerking off and watching porn, and instead have sex with a woman that you're at least dating, then your life will change for the considerably better. It means that everything you now do on a daily basis has a purpose. You will either improve yourself and attract better women, or you listen to your emotions and do whatever you feel like, which will only worsen you and make you stop attracting women. There will be no more "I don't feel like it" or "I'm tired." Every second that you spend not becoming the best version of yourself, chasing excellence or pursuing your purpose, another man gets closer to attracting your future wife first, who he will then marry and have sex with. So you have to channel your sexual energy into your masculine drive, or you will then take that and pursue the right things and become a real masculine man, instead of taking the easy way out and keep being a weak feminine man. You will be giving up the instant pleasure of jerking off for something that is delayed gratification but is much more rewarding. And then improving yourself to become the best version of yourself, it means that you will attract the best possible woman that you can, who will then go on to become your wife, and who will give you infinitely more things and pleasure than any sort of porn video could give you. And you must then overcome social media. More specifically, the distractive nature, the unrealistic standards, and the over-sexualization of social media. When you scroll through any social media, it is promoting you fast-paced content that catches your attention. And the more you watch it, the more similar type of content it will recommend to you. And so it means that there will always be something that you can divert your attention to. And so rarely promoting long-form, slower-paced content. And because this content is in a scrolling format, it means that when there is something that doesn't give you enough dopamine, you can just keep scrolling on until you find something that does give you enough dopamine. And on the surface, this may not seem like that big of a problem, but think about how it will make your attention span when it is used to a near constant stream of dopamine. So when you sit down and try to read, you will be bored nearly within a minute and start to look for other things that will stimulate your brain more. You start to do work and you get bored within a few minutes and look for something else that will give you more dopamine. You go to walk your dog, but you need to bring your phone because nature doesn't give you enough dopamine. You go on a date with a very attractive woman and you keep thinking about everything else that is going on in your life as she's trying to talk to you, because having a normal conversation is too boring for you, and because of this, she loses interest in you. Even when you try to sleep, you close your eyes and end up thinking about all the other things that you could be doing instead of sleeping, because you cannot handle being in your own head. Hopefully now you can see how much of a problem this really is. There are too many young men who cannot live without social media because they need the constant stream of dopamine and attention diversion that it gives. Mainly Instagram, but all social media promotes unrealistic standards in some form. You see so many of these perfect day in a life, morning, nighttime, gym, skincare, food prep routines that you end up feeling awful about yourself. So you compare your life and your routines to what you see in social media and try to replicate it, but it only leaves you exhausted and confused. And you think to yourself, I've seen all these other people do this every single day, why can't I? The answer is that it's not real. And you partly can't blame these people for putting up this front, because no one will pay attention or give interest if their perfect day in the life routines are actually realistic routines that included all of their bad habits. So they pretend like they have the perfect routines, and gullible people who watch it end up lost. These routines are not real nor sustainable. These people probably only carry out these routines once a week or only a few times a month. They make it seem perfect so that people would care and then have something to aim for, but the problem is that most people do not know that. People also post countless pictures of them having fun with their friends and try to make others believe that they are constantly having the time of their lives, when this is not true nor real. Most of the people that I went to school with and people my age do this, where they go out to an event or a bar and then take several photos to post on social media to show how much fun they had, when in reality they sat on their phone the whole time, not socializing or having fun. I've experienced this in my life a few times, but there's one time that stuck out to me. There was this one girl who was going out with my old friend and we were all in a big friend group. She was honestly the most bitchiest and most boring person that you could ever meet. Her personality consisted of her being a princess, her liking pink, and her being attracted to black men. And that was all. You try to joke around with her, she laughs a bit and says nothing. You try to talk to her, she replies with one-word answers because she is too busy being on her phone. There was one time a few of us went to a house party that consisted of a handful of people. She said nothing, didn't look up from her phone, and you wouldn't even think she was there. Then some fun started to happen. Everyone was laughing and messing about, and suddenly she follows action and records everything with her phone, before taking pictures with everyone and then leaving soon after. And the next day she posted photos and videos of the house party, pretending like she had an amazing time and that it was the most fun thing ever, when in reality she did nothing, and only happened to take photos of the event. Lastly, people posting unrealistic body standards, which ties into the over-sexualization of social media. Anything to do with health or fitness, there will be both men and women who look like gods in that niche, who everyone can look up to and want to be like. And you can't blame them either. Someone who likes going to the gym isn't going to look up to or follow someone who is smaller than them. People want to follow the absolute best people so that they can have motivation when they see the potential of what they could look like, and because people subconsciously give power to those who they deem are competent. The problem is that these health and fitness influencers either get in shape for a few weeks throughout the year and then post photos all year round, or they've either gotten plastic surgery or on some sort of steroids that makes them grow muscle and stay lean. Gullible young men believe that these physiques are naturally achievable and so aim towards them, but are then disappointed when they do not achieve them. The over-sexualization aspect of social media mainly focuses on women, where the more you show and the more accentuated your tits, ass and hips are, while minimizing the size of your waist, the more attention you get. And this has been known for so long that it is now normal to leave little to the imagination and have unrealistic body dimensions. So when these types of women get casually recommended to young men, they get used to seeing an overabundance of beautiful women who show off their body a lot, to the point where they think it is normal for a woman to look like that, and then get disappointed and bitter when all the women that they see around them aren't like that. And this again ties back to the point I made about porn. Why would you try to improve yourself and go through the potential humiliation of talking to women when there are countless beautiful women for you to look at just in a moment's notice, which leads some men to not want to improve or to attract a woman like that, and they instead go and follow where their emotions lead them, where they then go watch porn and use social media while being a weak, feminine and degenerate man who does not do the work that is needed to be done, when you could instead cut out both porn and social media out of your life, so that they have their full time, energy and attention on becoming the best versions of themselves, while attracting beautiful women into their life, chasing excellence, building a better life for themselves and the closest people around them, and fulfilling their life purpose. Leaving any sort of room for porn or social media will keep you back from achieving these things, so leave no room for them and build an amazing life filled with happiness and beautiful women, all because you cut out the two biggest things that were holding you back.